Hello everyone, my name is Katie. So today I'm going to go through a talk all about the subconscious mind, self-sabotage, limiting beliefs. You probably all know those little voices in the back of your head. That's what I'm going to go through today. I'm going to take you all through a breakthrough. I want you to be open-minded to it because if you have a breakthrough, it really can change so much for you. And then at the end, we'll create a picture of what success looks like for you and who that version of you is, so you can have that image in your mind every single day. So I'm going to run you through my story, like just dead quick. I don't want to spend too much time on that. So that's me. I'm 25. I'm an NLP coach, so neuro-linguistic programming. It's basically where I reprogram entrepreneurs, actors and athletes' mind for more success. And I also own a product business where I sell journals and productivity planners. I've run and sold out many events, spoken at many events, and my story started when, as a kid at school, that's my gecko called Geki. As a kid at school, I always knew I was different. I never really fit in at school, was never really like the cool girl. I always just knew that I was different, bit weird, never felt like I fit in. Now at school, not feeling like you fit in is actually one of the most challenging things, and it actually led to me having very low self-worth. And that is when I ended up finding the gym, and cardio became a bit of a drug for me. And I literally was like cardio every day. And I realized and I learned that when I lose weight, I feel happy. So off I go on the losing weight journey to lose loads of weight because I want to feel happy and I want to fit in. However, that resulted in me developing fake confidence where I wasn't really confident, but I just looked like I was confident. And actually what that turned into was a full-on eating disorder. So I had a binge eating disorder when I was younger. And that led me to, I had therapy, I started journaling every day, and that led me to opening up on YouTube. I did a 10 episode series about how I overcame my eating disorder and how I started developing self-worth and all of that. When I opened up about that, I had hundreds of messages from girls, guys. I've told my mum, I've now got a therapist myself. And I was like, shit, I found my purpose. And it was in that moment that I was like, right, I want to start a business, but I didn't know what business I wanted to start. And someone went, you've got your business right in front of you. And that's when I developed my journals. And my journal is called Shift Your Mindset for an Internal Glow Up, hence the brand name is now Internal Glow Up. And I started selling these journals, and we sold all those on night one. Not many, but it was a great achievement for me. And it really just started my journey into self-development. And then I ended up running a journal club where I'd get like 100 people on a call every Sunday, £10 a month. And I would take them through a journaling session just to help them overcome their problems, teach them everything that I've learned from therapy, yada, yada, yada. I went to University of Manchester. I studied neuroscience and psychology. I would wake up in the morning at 5 a.m. I would do my product business till 9, go to university 9 till 5, go to the gym, get home, work, and that was my life. And I would work so hard because I always knew I was meant for more. There was something within me that was like, you are meant for more, you know you're meant for more, and I know that you all have that fire in you somewhere that's like, I am not settling, I know I'm meant for more. However, at the same time of knowing I was meant for more, I also had a massive fear of failure. And that's what I was speaking to, I don't know where he's gone. You someone about before, where it's like, you know you're meant for more, but that voice is like, you're not good enough. You know you're meant for more, you know you're capable, you know you could do it, but it won't work for you, you'll fail. And I lived with future anxiety every single day about, will I even be successful, will I make it work, da 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 da. Oh, that was one night when I put a video on TikTok and it blew up, and at 3 a.m. I woke up and I was like, I've just got a feeling I need to wake up, and there's just hundreds of orders, and that was a pretty good win for me. So obviously with my massive fear of failure, I invested in an NLP coach. I saved up all my savings growing up to go traveling to Australia, and I got on this call with this NLP coach, and I had massive fear of failure, and this was in June 2023, and I had 3 months to stay in my apartment until September, until I had to move back home. So I had 3 months to make it work. So I went, here you go, have all my savings. It left me £3 in my bank account, and I was scared shitless. Like, I was like, how the hell are you gonna make me believe in myself? I don't even believe in myself. And oh my God, it changed my fucking life. When I had NLP and I had my limiting beliefs reprogrammed, like, I'm not good enough, I'm not capable, I can't do it, all that doubt, that anxiety. After that, that drive in me was met, that full potential was met. I went all in, and in 3 months, I hit full capacity. I ran and sold an event out. I literally went to that venue of the event, and I made a video with a videographer, and I went, I've sold my event out, but I haven't even sold it out yet, but I'm making this video because I know I'll sell it out. And it was done in my mind. The certainty was there before it was even done. I had so much conviction. Obviously ran, sold my events out, coached hundreds of people, been on loads of solo trips since, spoken at loads of events, got my dream apartment. That was my old apartment. That steak looks terrible. And that was that. So changing my beliefs allowed me to collapse time. And I just collapsed so much time, and I closed the gap between who I was, so that like anxiety, but I know I'm meant for more, and who I knew I could become, which was like a full conviction. I know I can do it, yada, yada, yada. So that's my story a little bit. And obviously now I just coach very high level people and blah, 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 blah. So today we're going to go through what your subconscious beliefs are. We're going to touch on fear of failure, fear of judgment. And then on the other end of that, we're going to touch on fear of success. We'll go through, I don't even know what we're going through, but we're going to have a breakthrough as well and do some visualization work for you as well. And then that's it. So I don't know how many people know about limiting beliefs. Some people are like, oh, I know what a limiting belief is, but some people don't. Your limiting beliefs are basically those voices that every time a setback comes in, or every time, you just start overthinking out of nowhere, or you start questioning yourself out of nowhere, that's the basis of limiting beliefs. It's like that little voice in your head unconsciously, you're not aware of it, but it runs the show all the time. I can't handle it. It's too much. I'm not capable. I'm not interested enough. What will they think of me? What this, what that, if that. They're all predictions based on what you unconsciously believe about yourself. And your limiting beliefs come from typically from when you're 0 to 7 years old. So let's just say I'm a 7-year-old child and mum and dad are arguing in front of me. Now, as a 7-year-old child, I don't go, oh, mum and dad are arguing because I've had a really bad day at work and that's just what mum and dads do. No, as a child, I'm a sponge. I have to make everything mean something about me to develop my sense of self, the ego. So I go, oh, mum and dad are arguing. I'm going to unconsciously decide that it is my fault and therefore I'm not good enough, because if I wasn't here and I was good enough, they wouldn't be arguing, right? Or let's just say that you're at school and you get picked last in netball. And as a girl, you get picked last in netball, not as a girl, but I'm just saying because I played netball, get picked last in netball, and I don't go, oh, I got picked last in netball today because I actually don't really care about netball and I'm not that great and I'm not bothered about it. No, you go, oh, I'm 12 years old, I need to fit in at school. I got picked last in netball because they like them better than me, and that's why I got picked last, because I'm not liked. So now every time in your business, someone goes to another coach over you, that's that old programming getting triggered, going, oh, they picked me because I'm not good enough or I'm not liked. It's literally, you're replaying out all these like patterns and beliefs that you've had in childhood. Let's just say that when you're doing your A-levels or GCSEs and a teacher goes, you're not smart enough, or don't say that, or I'm sure many people, school is terrible for creating limiting beliefs in kids. Teachers will say something to you. You take that comment and you unconsciously decide that that is the truth. That gets installed as a belief in your mind. Now, when you want to go and film content, you stutter, you mind blank, because that belief is getting triggered and going, oh, but if you say that and you get it wrong, you're not smart enough because a teacher told you that when you're 12 years old. It's unconscious, yeah? Or let's just say that you were really busy in A-levels or GCSEs and you couldn't handle it and it was too overwhelming. That belief, I can't handle it, gets installed. You want to grow your business, it's getting really busy. That belief comes in and goes, oh yeah, but you can't handle this, because you have that belief unconsciously, and that's the fear of success, which I'm going to go through today. So that's how limit beliefs are created. Now, I tried to draw some diagrams. They're not very good, but I just wanted to bring a little bit visual in, because I'm sure a lot of you might be visual learners. What I want you to do is I'm going to talk through this, and I want you just to make notes. I don't care how many notes you make. I don't care how many points you make, but I just want you to write. Like, just whatever comes up, I'm going to just talk about it from a general basis, but I just want you to be relating it back to yourself for the whole duration of this, okay? So this is your box right now. This is you. So not who you want to be, not what you want it to be. This is truthfully who you believe you are. So your identity. Do you believe that you're smart enough? Do you believe that you're capable? Do you believe that you're a shy person? Do you believe that this, that, da, 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 da? Your environment. So are you living at home? Are you traveling? Or like, what is your environment like? How much are you charging? What type of clients you have? Your business, the people around you, like your confidence. How confident are you? What are you confident at? And your behaviors. So this is your current box, your current reality, right? Now, over time, we move, as we grow as humans, we move from one box to another box to another box to another box. However, as we want to move to your next box, to your new reality, in comes the old self. So just as you're about to move to your new box, this old self goes, oh yeah, but you're not good enough to do that. Oh yeah, but you don't belong. Oh yeah, but you're boring. Oh yeah, but this, that, that. So they're your limiting beliefs that pull you back to your old box. And that is just as you're about to grow, that's why everyone self-sabotages, because your beliefs hold you back and they pull you back, that little voice. And it's just this little part of you going, hold on, remember when you're 12 years old and you got told this and this at school and people called you ugly and fat and you got bullied and now, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's that. That's what's happening. So my question to you is, what is this old box? I don't need to say it out loud. I'm just getting you thinking, what is that old box for you? Who is that version of you? Who do you see in your mind? Right? Who is that? Just think about it, okay? So these limiting beliefs, we're going to go through this box first. Again, just write it down as it comes up. So your limiting beliefs create your thoughts. Your thoughts, so what you think about, creates your feelings in your body. And when you feel something, you'll either act or you'll enact. So the days that you feel really confident, you're going to take action. The days when you have that heavy feeling or anxiety or like doubt or you'll procrastinate. Because the only reason why you procrastinate is because you are avoiding a feeling. You do not procrastinate because you don't have time, you don't know enough, all the things that you'll tell yourself, you're shit at time management. Buy a planner. If you really want to put yourself into time management, you will do it, yeah? You can time manage yourself to get here and be on time here and stay here for the whole day and then go home. It's just your ego helping you, right? So you'll avoid. So I'm just going to go through some examples of limiting beliefs that hold you back. We're going to talk more about the fear of failure, fear of judgment this side, and then we'll go into fear of success afterwards. So let's just say that you have a belief. So things that I've heard today, I'm like listening to people's language all the time, don't mean to do it. But, oh, they're not going to find me interesting, or, yeah, but it's boring, yeah, but I don't have an exciting life. That language is just merely a projection of what you unconsciously believe about yourself. I'm monotone, I'm this, I'm that. So you have a belief unconsciously that you're boring or you're not interesting. That creates a thought of people won't find me interesting. So just as you're about to put yourself out there on content, that voice goes in, yeah, but people won't find me interesting. Well, that's only because you believe that about yourself. So you're merely predicting. How do you know people don't find you interesting? Have they told you that? You don't know that, do you? Then that might create a feeling of rejection or doubt or yada, yada, yada. And then you mind blank, you speak monotone, and you procrastinate on content. So when you mind blank, that's the like, let me say I get a camera in front of my face, but then you can say it to your clients. So it doesn't make sense, does it? But you mind blank because your unconscious mind is like, let's clear those thoughts out your head so you can't say what you want to say, because if you say what you want to say, people are going to think you're boring. Because it confirms that belief. Does that make sense? Everyone following so far, yeah? Cool. I'm not smart enough, I'm not intelligent enough. So you have that belief. So when you want to come to say content, you're like, I just need to plan some content some more. Let me just plan yada, yada, yada. I kind of need to stop saying yada, yada, yada. But it's because you have thoughts, I don't know what I'm talking about. Then that creates a sense of embarrassment, because how embarrassing would it be if you confidently went, yes, so on this 12-week program, you're going to do this and you do this and do this, and then you got it wrong. That would create a feeling of embarrassment. So instead of just going and saying that, you shy away from it, and then you stutter, you overthink. So if I stutter, it's I can't articulate myself very well, because there's a part of me that believes that I'm not knowledgeable enough or smart enough to articulate myself well. Does that make sense? But your ego will tell you that you don't know enough. So back to the content drawing board. I'm sure loads of you got content documents after documents after documents, planning, replanning, who's my ideal client, who's this? It's all protection. You know who it is. If I put a gun to your head and said, tell me who it is, you'd be able to tell me in an instance. So ego will tell you that, so you avoid it, yeah? And then another one, I'm not good enough. You predict that it won't work, it'll fail. So all your predictions, so if it's like, it won't, it'll fail, what if that, they're just predictions, it's not the truth, and that's why I always get you to question your language. You'll make a prediction that it won't work, it'll fail, that'll create doubt, anxiety, whatever those uncomfortable feelings are, and then you'll procrastinate. And when you procrastinate, you get to the end and go, oh, I didn't have time. You did have time, you're just avoiding it because you don't want this to be confirmed. We're all running away from these beliefs being confirmed, because if it's confirmed, well, it's painful, right? And the mind runs away from pain. And then the last one is I'm a fraud. So like if you believe that you're a fraud or you don't deserve it or whatever, you'll say things like, I'm not a good coach. A lot of people say that, I'm not a good coach, or people will find me out, or if my clients think that, you know, I'm going on holiday and they're paying me all this money and they're going to think this and this and this about me, I'm just taking them, all that sort of crap. That creates fear. And then you avoid speaking with conviction. So I heard it today as well, like, but I don't know my ideal client. No, it's you just don't speak with conviction about your ideal to your ideal client, right? So they come in, so you have all these negative thoughts, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so what's in this box? Who is that? What are those thoughts that are pulling you back? What are those behaviors that you do? What are the excuses that you tell yourself? So just as we're going to open this box up for the sake of today, because we want to go to your next box. Now your next box is not 5 years down the line. Your next box could be your next hire, or next month, or the next 6 months, or maybe you want to move out, or I don't know, whatever your next box is. So your new box, your new reality is the new identity. So for example, that girl today, when I was talking about like being shy, like going from shy to being someone who's confident, that's like you're going to your next box. Yeah, you're changing your identity. Maybe you change your environment, your prices, your business might change. Like maybe you're making, instead of 10K here, you're making 15K here, for example. What people are you around? How much confidence you have? What behaviors do you? Does this person procrastinate, or does this person just eat the frog and do it first? So you have this new box and you know what this new box is, but just as you're about to leave this new box, instead of being pulled back by this one, this time you get smacked in the face with this line. And this line is the fear of success. So you actually unconsciously have a fear around becoming this person. So you have these two forces. If you're stuck in the middle of fear of failure and fear of success, then it's a horrible place to be. And that's when you're stuck, because you're actually in the middle of your old self, which you're getting pulled back by, and then you're stuck between the fear of becoming the new self, and that's why you're stuck. Like the feeling of being, you're not actually, no one's ever actually stuck. I hear it in a lot of people's language, I'm just stuck at 10K. No, you're stuck because you're afraid of what 15K or 20K or having a team might require from you, and also maybe you don't believe that you're good enough for it. So that's why you're stuck, and then you do all this self-sabotaging behaviors in between that keeps you in between the two boxes. So we want to go through what this line means for you. And I want you just to write it down. As I go through these examples, what does that line represent to you? Just as you are on it, just as you're smashing it, just as everything's going really well for you, that line hits you back in the face, you lose momentum, you self-sabotage, and you go straight back into this box. So what does this line represent to you? And that typically is the fear of success. So these are little like parts. So my name is Katie. I am not overwhelmed. So people are like, I am so overwhelmed. No, I feel overwhelmed, right? Or I am Katie. I am not victim, I am not this, So you have you as self, and in self is when you feel unstoppable. Like those days when you have clarity, you don't think, you just run, you just do things, that's when you're in self. And that's why I'd really just write down a question of what gets me into self. You can go and explore it later, but what gets me into self? So like, is it a really good night's sleep? Is it having client wins? Is it eating the frog in the morning? Like what makes me feel like I'm in self? And when you're in self, you'll have clarity of thought, you take action quick. You know what self feels like. It's when you're on top of the world, right? So just as you're in self, I'm in self, everything's going well, like I'm in self right now, yeah? Relaxed, talking, confidently, Then let's just say that as you're growing, a part comes in. And you have all these different parts of you which come from your childhood, like I said at the start. So you might have an overwhelm part or a guilt part when you want to take time off and you know that self needs a bit of a break, but then the guilt comes in and goes, no, you can't do that. You need to work harder, yada, yada. You might have a fear of losing it all part. So if you do grow, the anxiety comes in and goes, yeah, but you're going to lose it all. What about if it falls apart? And then it'll make you work harder instead of taking a rest. Or maybe you have a fear of losing time or losing relationships if you become really successful and you have that internal conflict of I have to pick between success and my relationship or success and free time. Or fear of identity change. So if I actually become really successful, well, I can't complain anymore. And I love complaining about why things are terrible because I've got a massive victim and struggle part of me. And I'm still playing out the little child inside me who complains and moans for attention, yeah? So these are your parts. So I'm just gonna go through, again, a few. If any relate, I just want you to be writing down, when I'm in this part, what behaviors play out. So if I was to watch you in a movie playing out overwhelm, what would I see you do? Yeah, I'd write loads of things on my to-do list. I had a client, she stopped showering, for example, really busy. Stop showering, stop going to the gym, stop eating. Because when you do those three things, you have no energy. When you have no energy, you don't do the things, yeah? And that's self-sabotage. So the fear of identity change. So you're growing, everything's going really well. And then you have a part of you, and we call it victim part. And this victim part has learned in order to gain love and attention, I have to struggle. Yeah. So when I struggled as a child, mum and dad gave me attention and love. So as you're becoming successful, this identity part comes in and goes, oh my God, if you have success, you're going to have no problems. We're not going to struggle anymore and we're not going to gain love and attention. So this part of you has this thing called a secondary gain where it gains something for existing within you. So when you're sitting in victim, you don't just sit in victim for no reason. You sit in victim because of what it gains for you. So, So you might start complaining out of nowhere and you'll hear it in your voice, like it's not you who's talking. And I hear it all the time when clients will send me voice notes. I'm like, this isn't them talking, this is victim talking, or this is fear talking. And you'll hear it in your voice. Your voice will be like, oh, like I'm really just, I just don't know if I'm feeling that. I just don't know if it's sure I'm going really, like you'll hear it literally in your voice. That's when you know it's not you, it's a part. Maybe you'll pass blame. Everyone else has it all together. They have it easy because of X, Y, and Z. Like you'll look for reasons why you should sit in victim and why it's hard for you. I don't know if your mum's ever gone, you don't care about me, all I do for you, da 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 da. All she wants is a bit of love. That's all she wants. But she just says that because she knows it gets the guilt on her and then she gets that love. And that's all she wants is just love, for example, right? You'll sit in low mood. Oh, this is from an old one. Okay, that's about fitness, never mind. And this part of you maybe believes that you're not loved unconsciously or that no one cares about you. So it has to come in to create a problem so you can complain, so you can prove to yourself that people care. Because when you complain, everyone's like, oh no, don't worry, like you'll be okay, da 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 da. And then it's like, oh, see, people do care about us, people do love us. But if we're successful, we're not going to have that, you know? So that's that. Then we have another part, which is the fear of losing time or relationships. So this is where you have this internal conflict where you're like, I can have success or I can have free time, but I can't have both. I can have success or I can be in a loving relationship, but I can't have both. And it's why when people get into new relationships, when they have a business, they start resenting their partner, or they're like, oh my God, you're taking away from my business, or you're distracting me, da, da, da. And it's actually because unconsciously they want to be with their partner, but they're rejecting that part of their life because they believe that these things can't coexist and they're two separate things. And if you've ever had an internal conflict where you are like, I can't make a decision between this, or it is horrible, but it's because you have a conflict in two things that you value, love and success. We're all chasing love at the end of the day as humans. So that's that. So let's just say that as you're growing, you might start pushing your partner away, or you might start creating arguments out of nowhere, or you might start, what else have I put? Trying to do everything, da, 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 da. So it's like you're pushing that thing away because you believe that they can't exist. So you're sabotaging basically. And like the burnout one as well is like, you won't, like, let's just say that you've burnt out before. This is really common, and this is why I tell people, like, seriously, you really should consider the effects of burnout. It is terrible. Like I won't go into this, it's a totally different topic, but when you burn out, your body starts to remember it. So when you started wanting success, you're like, oh, I can't wait for success, can't wait for the freedom, can't wait for this, can't wait for that. Success was desirable to you. Yeah, I want to leave my job, I want success. Now, when you have success and you believe that you can't have any free time, so you have to overwork to prove your worth or prove that you're working hard enough, you burn out, yeah? That burnout gets stored in your body unconsciously. So the next time you want to grow, your body's like, hold on a minute. When we grow and we have more success equals more burnout. So now success was once desirable, success is now painful. And so you actually sabotage on success because your mind has now learned this association that more success equals more burnout, more success equals losing time, more success equals losing relationships. And that's another reason why people hit a ceiling in their success, because of the loss that they believe will come with it. And like, maybe you have a belief that you can't have it all, or yada, yada, yada. And then another one is the fear of losing it all. The fear that, so stress is just fear. So when you're really stressed, it's just fear. Like if I say to you, well, what are you stressed about? Oh, I'm really stressed that my clients are going to leave. Okay, let's play that stress out. Okay, if your clients leave, what's going to happen? Well, my business is going to fall apart. Okay, if your business falls apart, what's going to happen? Well, I'll fail. Okay, if you fail, what will that make you believe about yourself? Then I'm a failure. So that stress is just that belief being triggered that you're a failure unconsciously. So the fear of losing it all is because deep down, deep down, whether you like to admit it or not, you have a belief that you're a failure. So the belief gets triggered as you're growing, and it's like, oh my God, if we grow even more, there's more to lose. So I'd rather sabotage now. Let's stay at the level that we're at now because there's less to lose, and the less hitting that belief will be. And then just the last one, overwhelm. Some people have mentioned this today, that if I get busier, and the busier I get, the more overwhelmed I become, because you believe you can't handle more. It's a belief issue again. If you can't handle more, if you can't handle the level that you're at now, if you're at 10K a month now and you're overwhelmed, how the hell are you gonna handle 50K a month with a team? You're not, yeah? So you create overwhelm and everything will be going well. And then as soon as it goes well, you'll start creating this overwhelm. So you'll start adding more things to your to-do list. You'll start scrolling at night out of nowhere, or waking up late out of nowhere. And you'll do all these things to self-sabotage because your mind is like, hold on a minute, you're too calm. This is going too well. Let's get you overwhelmed. And that's what it does. And that's because of this belief. And people generally do come to me and they're like, Kate, I haven't showered in 3 days. I'm so overwhelmed. Da, 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 da. It's different for everyone. Everyone has very different beliefs, whether you're aware of them or not. So if we just ignore all of that for a minute, what is your new box? So what is your new box? What's that next level for you? If we remove all the fears, all the doubt, all the procrastination, there is absolutely nothing holding you back. What is that next level for you? I just want you to write it down, just come up with some ideas. This is not the next, it doesn't have to be next year, it could be next month. It could be in the next, okay, we know we're getting to our ceiling, we know we're gonna be full in the next 3 months. If I go all in, I know I'll be full. Okay, my next box might be a team or something else or a new environment or whatever that is. So what is your new box? So who is this version of you as well? What do they believe? Their environment, are they in a new place? Are you about to move out? Is that your new box? Your prices, are you looking at putting your prices up? Is that your new box? And like the next level for you would be like, okay, we're charging this instead of this. People, confidence behaviors, like what behaviors they do. They're just some ideas. So just like in my new box, that's what I would see. And I'll just give you a minute. I just need some water. And if anyone has any questions about, like, I know it's quite theory heavy, that part, like I just wanted to kind of give you the general basis. Really, I should have done like, it'd be like one topic per thing, but I've just splattered everything at you, just so you're really aware of it. But is there any questions about how any of that works, or the theory about, like, any questions about that so far? If there is, just let me know, but if not, I'll move on, and I'll assume that I've explained it well enough for you to understand. But I'll give you a minute. Oh yeah.
Sorry, you asked that and you turned around.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Just, I think one of the things that we see the most is people, like you kind of touched on, people feeling like this isn't made for them.
Yeah.
It's a belief that I've never had that belief. I was like, I'm just going to fucking go get it. But what is the kind of, the coaches we have in here are incredible, and it's like almost a bit of a disservice to themselves to not allow themselves to have that level of freedom that they want. Mm-hmm. What would you say if anyone can take one thing away from today with regards to what you've said? What do you think the number one thing they can all go and do to like allow themselves to step to that higher power where they can be everything you feel as a team that deserve to do?
Oh, one thing. Wow, it's hard.
1 to 3.
1 to 3. Well, we're going to go through a breakthrough in a minute. So, if you can get the recording back from this, for example, I don't know if they get the recording back, but go and do the recording on your own, in your room in the morning or in the evening, and see if you can have the breakthrough the beliefs. Number 2 is I will go through this as we go through the talk, but take your biggest problem and ask yourself questions around it. So for example, let's just say that you struggle with overwhelm and you believe you can't handle it. Every morning you ask yourself these 3 questions. What would it look like for me to handle today? How do I want to feel by the end of the day? And what do I need to do in order to feel that? So what was my first question? What would it like to handle today? Okay, so because it's all about asking yourself the right questions, so which expands your mind to think differently than your limited self. So what would it like to handle today? Okay, so if I was to really handle today, I would get up, I'd go on a walk to start with, because I know that that's what makes me feel good. Everyone will be different. I'll get ready, get dressed for the day, because I know that when I'm dressed and I'm not sabotaging and sitting in my dressing gown, I hope none of you do that, sitting at your sofa, whatever, I would write a very realistic to-do list, so I know that I'm going to tick it all off. And by the end of the day, I want to feel calm. Okay, in order for me to feel calm and not overwhelmed, what do I need to do in order to feel calm? Okay, I need to do this, eat well, this, have a break at midday, this, and then it comes up with that little strategy for handling more success. So I have a set of 3 questions, put it in ChatGPT, or we'll go through it after. 3 questions every morning that challenges that voice or that emotion or whatever. So whatever that is, but I'll go through it in a minute with that. So everyone's got their new box. We will see this new box in a moment. I want to just create a new picture of success in your mind. So instead of success looking like doubt or overwhelm, success looks like something that's very compelling. So the reason why you sabotage is because when success is like fearful, or success is overwhelming, or success is doubtful, that's when you go away from it. Now, when success is really compelling, like when you first started, you're like, oh my God, I'm going to have freedom, I'm going to have that. The reason why you were so driven at that point is because the desire of success was stronger than the pain you were currently feeling. Yeah? So we're going to go through that. So my biggest question to you, I will just go around the room. I want you to talk amongst yourself, just for like 2 minutes max, is just what is that block for you? If I could say, right, out of all those beliefs that I've spoken about today, what's your biggest belief that holds you back, or emotion? I'm not interested enough. What will they think of me? Da, 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 da. I just want you to choose one today, so we can break that. So just 2 minutes amongst yourself. Just be open. I know, like, you might be like, oh, I haven't got any blocks and all that crap. Just be open, have a chat with each other, and just be open up, because it actually helps relatability as well. Like, a lot of people go, oh my God, these coaches. Can I interrupt? What's everyone's biggest block?
So me and the strength, I just sort of said like hesitation.
Yeah.
It's just spread way over there to
And what specifically?
like like taking the action and being consistent in the action and believing that the action will work and being consistent.
Why, if you were to know, why wouldn't it work for you specifically? What might you have to believe about yourself for it to not work?
Sure.
Pretend these people aren't here.
No, why wouldn't it? Just maybe it's not believing enough, like in terms of like me, like you have that desire to get.
Yeah, like I was saying, that when you know you've got that drive,
yeah.
you know when that doubt comes in, is that what you describe it the most? Doubt?
Yeah.
If you could give that, yes, yeah. So you want to like break through that doubt, don't you? So if you could give that doubt a voice in that moment, so it's not you. What's your name? Max. You're Max, but sometimes this doubt part becomes part of you. Comes in. If you could give it a voice and it was like in your ear, what would it say to you? What's that? What's that inner critic voice saying?
Just you're not going to get to where you want to get to.
And if that's true, let's assume that's true. You're not going to get to where you want to get to. What would that make you believe about yourself?
It's not good enough.
Yeah, I'm not good enough. So that's your biggest. So that's what's driving the doubt, is that belief. Yeah, and that's why when a setback comes in, that belief gets triggered, that creates that doubt, and then you procrastinate. And it's in that very moment that's when you have to take the action. Even though it's so uncomfortable. Yeah, because the thinking about the action gives you a sense of validation. I'm like, well, I'm thinking about it, so it makes me feel productive. Or if I just write my to-do list, at least I'll feel productive. But the thing that will actually give you validation is doing the thing that gets you the results, and then you get validated for the result. So I'm not good enough. Everyone says I'm not good enough.
Yeah.
You? Anyone else? I can't handle it. For you? I can't handle it. The overwhelm. Yeah.
I don't know. I think part of it is overwhelm. The other is just the fear of not being good enough.
Yeah.
Like, I know I am.
Yes. That into conflict, isn't it?
I'm new. It's like, oh, like, I haven't got any results, and other people do. And
Yeah.
like, it shouldn't matter.
Yeah.
And it's becoming the mindset of I'm just going when I quite clearly am.
Yeah.
Because if I already have clients,
Then you are good, yeah.
trust me. Like, I think probably the main driving factor is 2 of my best clients are my best friends.
Yeah.
And like, if they trust me
Yeah.
to coach them, then why can't a random person?
Yeah. So would you say at the moment, obviously you've got the battle between the fear of failure, I'm not good enough, and the fear of success, I can't handle it. Which one at the moment is the strongest?
I'd say fear of success. I'm not really afraid to fail because I'm prepared to fail.
Yeah. So I can't handle. So as a belief, just first answer, I can't handle it, or I'm not good enough. Which one's stronger? Yeah. Okay. Do that one. And I interrupted you.
Oh, you're right. No, I would say mine's like I've got a severe procrastination level around like content creation.
Yeah.
Which comes from like thinking I'm boring to listen to.
Yeah.
And so I just end up in it like just complete inaction, or even like I'll record stuff and just
Yeah.
end up getting
Question: do you drink?
Alcohol.
When did you stop drinking alcohol?
I mean, I'll have a drink every now and again, like once or twice a year, but like 3-4 years ago.
And at that time, were your friends drinking alcohol?
I mean, I completely basically abandoned my old friendship group because that's all they did.
And then what decision did you make in that moment?
That shit.
Yeah. And what did you make that mean about you? So when you let your friends go and they were, what were your friends doing? They were drinking alcohol, were they having fun? Or what were they doing?
Yeah, pub and nights out 3-4 times a
And
week.
at that
drinking.
time in your life, was that the fun thing to do?
Not for me.
No, but overall, yeah. So there would have been a time in your life where you made that mean something that they're fun and I'm not because I'm choosing to cut past. So whenever you cut past with someone, you make it mean something about you. So it's like I had this people come into a session and we go back to that belief and it always comes back to when they stop drinking alcohol because alcohol is associated with being fun.
Yeah, you even like family stuff you'll get all the time, or if you
Oh,
if
you're not
you
drinking.
don't drink and you're
Yeah,
whatever, you're
and
the
you
odd
make
one
it
out
mean
compared to
that you're boring. But you were actually, if we look back at it from a rational point of view, you were around the wrong people.
Yeah.
Because if you were around all these guys, you would never have taken that belief on.
Yeah.
You would have been like, oh, this is normal. That makes-
Okay, team, let's go. Next one.
Let's go.
That's the group training for you.
Let's go. Okay, right, so we're going to go through a breakthrough now. Again, just be open-minded to it. Like, I will get you to close your eyes. It is a visualization. That's literally what it is. Don't make a big thing about it. If you want to get involved in it, then please do, because, you know, I've coached a few people in this room and they know the benefits of it and it's amazing. But also, after this, like, go back and listen to this recording and do it in your own time, because when you're in your own time, like just in the morning or in the evening, when you're a bit sleepy, like, it works really well. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this belief for you, and then we're just going to go to your future self. So the man you want to become or the woman that you want to become, da, da, da. So like, if it's a man, are you moving away from that guy that just procrastinates and is an emotion to like that masculine man who just accepts that challenge, is more raw, competitive, la da da. So we can just see that identity change. So we'll do that as well. And then I'll finish off with any questions. Okay, does anyone have any questions so far? I did try and come around as many people as I could to get your blocks. Does anyone have any questions so far? Anyone unsure what your block is, what your belief is? Say now or forever hold your peace. That should just be sitting there with your eyes closed and you won't know what's going on. Anyone? No, we're good? Okay, cool. If you want to get involved, then get involved. If you don't, then please don't like start leaving the room halfway through. That would be great. So we're going to do it. And yeah, I feel like there's a lot of people missing, but it's fine. Okay, so you just got your number one belief that's coming up, like I'm not good enough was the main one for a lot of you. I can't handle it, da, 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 and we're just going to break through that belief. So when you're ready, if you just want to get into a comfortable position and if you want to close your eyes, you can either just face me or you can face inwardly. It might be more comfortable to face me. And I just want you to close your eyes and I just want you to start by taking some deep breaths, okay? Okay, just taking some deep breaths. And with every exhale, I want you to feel yourself getting even more and more relaxed. Almost like with every exhale, you feel like you could just fall asleep. You're not asleep, but you feel like you could fall asleep. And I just really want you to focus on yourself. Just allow your unconscious mind to take over. Just leaving your conscious mind. And really just breathe. Just relax your shoulders, unclench your jaw. Just focus on yourself. Good. And I want you just to start by noticing any areas in your body that feel tight, tense, uneasy, heavy. Good. And just breathe some air into those spaces. And really just relax. Good. With every exhale, you feel yourself becoming even more and more relaxed. Again, almost like you could fall asleep. Now, in your mind, I want you to start repeating that belief over and over again in your mind. When that doubt comes in, that overwhelm comes in, whatever that is for you, just repeat that belief in your mind over and over again. And when that belief feels so true, I just want you to notice where that sits in your body. Is that belief heavy? Is it light? If it was a shape, what shape would it be? If it was a colour, what colour would it be? Good. Is that moving still? Good. And when that voice comes in and tells you those limiting beliefs, just listen to that voice. That negative voice. When things go wrong, what does it tell you? What does that voice sound like? Is that your voice? Someone else's voice? Is that voice always there? Does it come in and out? Good. I want you to really feel this feeling that comes in with this belief. And really just see that picture of yourself sitting in that doubt, or whatever that is, sitting in that overwhelm. Just turn that feeling up, really feel it, even if it feels uncomfortable. Good. Now, I want you just to imagine that you float above the present moment. So below you, you can see yourself and your entire past timeline. And I just want you to float back along your past timeline to find the earliest event or the first time at which you first took on this belief. If you were to know, how old were you when you first believed this to be true? Just let your mind take you there. How old are you? When did you first believe this belief to be true? Now, just looking down, looking at this event, looking at your younger self, I just want you to notice what it is that you see. What's their body language like? What's happening? Who's there? What do you see looking down? How does he or she feel in that moment? What can you hear? What's that voice that comes in? What sounds can you hear looking down? Good. And as you watch your younger self, having believed this belief, however old they are, as the adult of today, knowing everything you know now, with all the information that you have now, what can we positively learn from this event? What can we positively learn from this event? Was it true? Was it your fault? Was it even about you? Just looking down at this event, as the adult of today, what do you notice now that your younger self could not have possibly noticed in that moment? And if you could just send something down to your younger self that they need to hear from you right now as the adult of today, as the version of you that you want to become, what do they need to know or hear from you right now in this event? And I just want you to send those learnings down to your younger self because that's what they needed in that very moment. Send those learnings down. And as you send those learnings down, I want you to notice that your younger self makes a new decision. In this very moment, your younger self is making a new decision. What new decision are they making in this moment that would lead to something way more empowering? What decision would be much more empowering for them? And I want you to watch them make this decision. And as they make this decision, I want you to notice that weight that gets lifted, that emotion that gets lessened, the lightness in your body, the confidence that they get, the happiness that they get, the freedom that they begin to feel, the way that they can just be themselves. No fear, more confidence. And as you watch them make that decision, what else can we learn from this as the adult of today? And what do you actually know to be true? Good. I just want you to turn your mind towards the present moment. And I just want you to float back to the present moment, just keeping your eyes closed. And what I want you to do is just let yourself know what you want your new story to be moving forward. What do you want your new story to be moving forward? And I just want you to float along your future timeline now. And as you float along your future timeline, I just want you to see there, standing, your higher self. Maybe that's the most masculine, competitive, raw, confident version of you. Maybe it's the most confident version of you as a woman. There you see standing your future self. I want you now to make their body language even stronger. Their shoulders are up, their shoulders are back, their heads are up. I just want you to feel them growing even taller. I want you to notice what colours you see in your future self, in this image, this picture of your future self. Just begin to notice what's around them, how people interact with them when they're truly confident, how relaxed they are. What sorts of things are they saying about themselves? Good. Really just feel that in your body. And as you watch your future self standing there, just notice how much conviction they have, the energy behind everything they do, how assertive they are. And just notice where that sits in your body right now. Where does that confidence sit in your body right now? And if you could give that feeling a colour, what colour would that be? What colour do you feel right now as you see them standing there? And I just want you to make this picture of your future self and the success that you have even bigger. And as you make this picture bigger, I want you to bring this picture even closer. And I want you to start to bring it so close that this feeling becomes even stronger. This feeling becomes so strong, I want you to turn that feeling up. I want you to feel yourself becoming even more and more confident, almost like your future self is coming towards you. And in 3, 2, 1, you are your future self, that they're no longer there. Step into them, turn it up, see what you see around you, notice how you feel, turn that confidence up, make it even stronger, feel that energy coming off of your body, notice how it makes other people feel, notice the opportunities that you bring in, how easy it is to make money. Money's just flowing to you. Turn it up. I want you to make this confidence so strong, this color so bright. Notice how you walk, how you feel, your energy. Turn it up. I want you to make this feeling so strong, so overwhelming. You're the most confident version of you that you've ever experienced in your whole life. Notice how you walk, your energy, how you feel. Turn that feeling up. Feel that new story in your body. Make this image so bright. Send this feeling all the way up through your body to the sky, all the way back down through your body. Turn it up, even bigger, even brighter. You're the most confident version of you that you've ever experienced in your life. Now I want you to notice in this moment that this feeling is accessible to you at any point. This is who you truly are. Minus all the limitations, this is who you are. Turn that feeling up, feel that in your body, ground it in, feel it. And I just want you to ask yourself this one question, and I want you to answer with the first answer that comes to mind. Who do I need to become in order to be this version of me today? First answer, who do I need to become in order to be this version of me today? And what do I need to do in order to become this version of me today? First answer. That next level, what do I need to do? And when you're ready to bring all of this back with you to the present moment, taking this feeling in, breathing it in, bring it all the way back with you to the present. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Okay, cool. Anything that came up, just write it down, like even what you were wearing. Oh, okay, great. What that story was, who do you need to become, what do you need to do? So for me, when I did this, the first thing that I needed to do was buy a new wardrobe and change my room around. Doesn't make sense, but that's just what I needed to do, okay? So what do you need to do? Just write down anything that came up. I'm gonna shut up now. I just want you to write. Write so fast that you literally let your unconscious mind write for you. Anything that came up. Oh. I think it's broke. Oh, I think this is the aircon, isn't it? Is this the wrong one? Yeah. Why is this not working? It's okay, I'll just use this. Just write. And as you write, I just want you to feel this feeling. Keep this feeling present in your body. So I'll probably put it over there. And keep seeing that picture in your mind of success. Thanks. lesson on fear of judgment, I just want to say this one last thing. So remember these lessons. If you take anything away from today, please remember this. So number one is, what I believe about myself does not mean that you believe that about me, right? So if I believe that I'm not smart enough, that does not mean that you believe I'm not smart enough, yeah? So what I believe about myself does not equal what other people believe about me. Number two is, if someone was to judge me, they are unconsciously judging a part of themselves. So if someone wants to judge me, they are unconsciously judging a part of themselves. And I'll explain why. Let's just say I like trip and fall right now. I'm like, oh my God, that's so embarrassing, like whatever. Well, no, actually, I've got a better one. So I went to an event, right, once, and these two girls at the back were laughing. Now, I don't know what they were saying, but it was clear that they were laughing at me. Now, I don't have a belief that I'm embarrassing. I don't believe I'm embarrassing. So them laughing at me doesn't trigger me because I don't believe I'm embarrassing. So anyone judging you is just judging a part of themselves, because if they were up here talking, they'd find themselves embarrassing. Yeah, so you are merely just a mirror to the parts of people that they judge about themselves. So if I did something embarrassing, someone laughed at me, the reason why they laugh is because they're getting triggered and they need to put the laughing on me, because if they were in my position and they did that, they'd find themselves embarrassing. So it's nothing to do with me. Now, if I judge someone, it's because I'm judging a part of me. So, for example, I used to judge people who didn't work hard enough. I was like, oh my God, you're so lazy, having the whole weekend off, what the hell? It's because I judge myself for not working hard enough. It has nothing to do. They're showing me the parts of me that I'm judging myself for. So if we're all just judging parts of ourselves, then no one's really judging you. So when you say, oh, what if they don't find me interesting enough? The only reason why you say that is because you don't believe you're interested enough. Well, there's a part of you that doesn't believe you're interested enough. So that prediction is just coming on based on what you believe. Because if I ask you, how do you know that? You're like, well, I don't. I just, what if? What if? What if what? Yeah, it's that voice that's just coming in. That's that. There's my lessons on fear of judgment. Always remember that. If someone's judging you, they're judging themselves. So what does it matter? If you think someone's judging you, you're just judging yourselves. So you can't say that they're judging you. There's a lot of word vomit. Does that make sense? Thank you. I'm out. Oh my God. Now I can take